Hey everyone, welcome to another video on the Blue Abroad YouTube channel. Today, we can't do a Carlton Collingwood preview banter on Instagram and not get each other on video so we can look each other in the eye and say what we need to say. So I've got Swoop Luke on the line. What is
How you
going
going,
on?
mate? Oh, not much, bud. Not much. Bit excited, a bit nervous, but as it always is, doesn't matter. Start of the season, end of the season. It's always a little bit of fun.
It is a little bit of fun. I've obviously started this war of words myself last year because evidently all I am is that arrogant, cocky Carlton supporter with nothing to back it up. But I'm still going to be on my mouth.
Nah, it's fun. It's good. It's what's the point of barracking for Collingwood or Carlton without a bit of a rivalry? So
Absolutely. I think it's a good idea to preface this video by saying Luke and I are boys. We're friends.
yes.
But when it comes to Carlton Collingwood, it's a different story,
Oh
mate.
yes.
So
For the week before and the week after, it's all bets are off. I think.
absolutely. This will be the last time I speak to you before the ball is bounced.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I have a lot of questions. I really do. I've got a lot of questions. I might just start with, what is the actual mentality on your side of things? What's happening in the Collingwood side?
With what I'm hearing from fans and stuff like that, and on social media.
Yeah, you're feeling like you're coming into this game. What's like injury news, returning, the players, what's going on? What do we need to know?
So injury-wise, we're pretty good actually. We've got a healthy list. Sidebottom comes back, which is very nice. No one on the injury list is like a big-time player, but like just with the guys themselves, like you would have watched the Bulldogs game, and I'm sure Carlton fans all watched the Bulldogs game as well, and we got absolutely demolished. It was something that none of us were expecting. Not me. I have us finishing pretty high up on the ladder.
I did see that.
Yeah. Look, it's a weird start. It's a weird start to the season. We just got to. I don't know. It's hard because there was glimpses of what we can be, but there was glimpses of just fucking classic Collingwood shit that we put up week in, week out. No matter if we're, top four or bottom four, it's just momentary lapses of just shithousery, pretty much.
So what I took away from this, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you just struggled to score. It just didn't. Yeah. You just didn't look like you were fluid going forward. Having said that, what's it like having Darcy Moore in your team?
Oh, God, he is. So in the Bible, they talk about Jesus' second coming, and I'm pretty sure that might be Darcy Moore because he is just, after he went, I don't know what the fucking hell they did to him in Germany, because he is just him and Elliot are just whole different players, and he just, the way he can read the ball, he can take the game on. He's one of the only players that'll mark the ball and try and take the game on, and I think that just goes against everything that Buckley wants. But he'll mark the ball and just play on, run, get that 1-2. And it's hard because you want to clone him because you do want him in the forward line. But if you put him in the forward line, you're going to give up 6 or 8 goals. So there's no real point. But he is just ascended from the heavens. That's for sure.
I've had enough giving you compliments. So I want to ask the hard hitting questions. What's it like making content for a football club that you deep down know is inhumane? Like in the depths of your good heart that you have to know how fucking poor you treat human beings. What's it like making content for that?
So growing up, Mum always told me to treat everyone with respect and stuff. But look, when you say shit like that, I just lose all side of respectfulness for you. But no, look, it has been a tough off season, and with Trelaw and this do better report and stuff like that, it's hard to, when you see shit like that, it's hard to back the club up. Like you love them, like I'm sure, you come from a line of Carlton supporters, and I'm sure they love the club when they rorted the system, and with all the salary cap and shit like that. And obviously 2 different extremes, the racism and the salary cap stuff. But like, it's the same sort of, we've done poorly and we fucked up. But it's like when your dog, like one of my dogs ate my original AirPods last week, and you can't tell him off. Like, you just love him too much, and you're upset, but you just got to you just got to move on, and as long as they get better and learn, that's all that really matters.
Yeah, I mean, look, first of all, you're right. You're spot on. I wouldn't stop doing what I'm doing either. Had something like that happen to Carlton, I would ask serious questions, which is what you've done. But I tell you what, Eddie's really trained you really well with that answer you've just given me, mate. That diplomatic media answer.
Eddie's not a part of the club, mate, so couldn't care less what he thinks at the moment.
Right. Now, I went out on a limb last year. I really thought the stars were aligning to beat you guys. I've said it in my preview. You have the mental edge over us. We're still little baby Carlton to you guys in your head until we change that, and I do believe that. We were coming off the 9-day break last year. You guys didn't have as much of a break. And then we shit the bed. That's just what happened. That's the truth and the reality, and I've got to live with that. But do you feel the same going into this game? Like, I feel like Collingwood supporters saw Carlton and were impressed with Carlton in round one, but do you still have that mental edge that no matter what, you're always going to have it over us? Or do you think the time is coming when we're going to get it?
Well, yeah, like you said, going into last season, you guys needed to win that game, to make finals, and you kind of put up a good fight, and then teed it off like Carlton usually do in the last half of the game or last quarter of the game. But even like against Richmond as well, started strong, and it was good. Everyone's thinking, it's going to be a shellacking by Richmond. They always have it over you, but you guys put up a good fight, and we can see, or the AFL as a whole can see that Carlton are building something, and you got a good core there. I don't have to talk about Cripps, and Mackay's coming into his own now and stuff like that, and all Curnow and all the usual suspects. But like, you guys are still fucking shit. You haven't proven yourself, so it doesn't really like I've been saying on.
I was waiting. I was like, is he going to give me something? Like, is he going to give me something?
Like I've been saying on social media since Monday, this is just another game for us. We're not trying to prove anything besides just winning a game. We started 0-2 in 2018 and made a grand final. Sure, we lost it, but fuck. But when was it? It's like Carlton. If they don't do something this year, there's no Patrick Cripps will leave at the end of the year anyway. He'll go fucking back home to West Coast, and then what are you guys left with? Fuck all rabbles. The Teague train off its tracks.
I mean, first of all, Cripps isn't even our best player anymore, so there's that. Second of all, he's a restricted free agent, so we can match anything. Third of all, he's not going anywhere, but that's okay. I wouldn't expect you to have that kind of research done. That's okay. I'll get you up.
I'd be able to match anything too if we could rule the salary cap as well. So
I've got to ask, how can you pay Brodie Grundy more than what you pay Darcy Moore? How does that make sense?
I guess, like Brodie Grundy, when he signed that contract, he was a Jet, and now he's just like Scrooge McDuck. He just likes to dive into his coins, while Darcy Moore is can I have some more? Can I have some more for fucking Oliver? But I think Darcy, well, by all reports, he's on like 750, 800. By all reports, who fucking knows? But man, he deserves $1.5 million a season just for what he's putting out, and he does. Like I've been saying it, he should be with Tay their next two co-captains of the Collingwood Football Club.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, look, all jokes aside, I've got a lot of love for both of them, Taylor Adams and Darcy Moore. I think I do like the way they go about it, and there is, if I'm honest with you, there's a jealousy because obviously they're really good players. Not to say that we don't have great players. I love what Wiedering does, and I think Sam Walsh I actually think Sam Walsh is just about our best player already. And I finally think that we have the midfield to match Collingwood's, which I don't think I've been able to say for probably a decade. Yeah, probably a decade since Judd was playing. But Walsh, Cripps, and Zach Williams coming up against Pendlebury, Taylor Adams, and Treloar. Oh, sorry. That's right. Sorry, you shafted him and then booed him. My bad.
I don't even know who that is, mate. So anyway,
my bad. Who's that next midfielder? Side bottom, right? So he'll come in.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say that those six midfielders, three on each side, are pretty well matched. Talent on either side. I think the Collingwood boys have the better experience. Obviously, they've played on bigger stages and performed better on the bigger stages, so I'll give you that. But where is this game being won or lost for you, do you think?
I think it's really being won for us is in the forward line, you know. There's been a lot of talk this week. Buckley came out and said to win games you got to score. It's like, oh Jesus. That's why he's coach, you know. That's why he's been coached for 10 fucking years. But look, like you said at the start, we managed 53 points or whatever it was, and I think that was the lowest score of the round. And it's just you know, I think that we can match your backline easily. Like Mason Cox, Elliott, we'll see. You know, with my check, even Sidebottom might fly through that forward line as well. I'm hoping anyway. We can put on a score that's not capable of anyone catching up to. But it's the point of putting on the score that we just can't seem to do because we just lack that midfield forward connection. I mean, you can have Pendlebury and Sidebottom and DeGoey and Elliott in the midfield, but if they can't hit a target, fuck, you know, what's the point? You can have 6 Mason Coxes, but if no one's going to be able to hit him, how can you miss him? But if no one's going to be able to hit him, you know, you can't fucking do anything about it. So that's why it has to start. The back line, I'm not worried about the back line. Hal, Maynard, Chris, Isaac Quain or Darcy Moore, fucking brilliant. Pontius Pilate, wash our hands of that. Amazing. They work on their own. Midfield, not too bad. It's just that forward line. Not that the forward line sucks. It's just that we're not generating enough, you know, applying enough pressure in there. And you've got, you know, your back line is quick as well. So once it hits the deck, if we're not applying that pressure, if Josh Thomas or Will Hoskinelli or whoever the fuck's in there is not applying that pressure, it goes out, it's a rebound, a counter-attack, and you give your forwards the best chance of goal.
Which one is it going to be? It's either Hoskin Elliott, or Myercheck that gets off the leash against Carlton. It's one of them. I
think, look, this is a huge call, and everyone's going to hate me for this, but I think it might be Will Hoskin-Elliott. He's had a shit 2 seasons since, 2019 he wasn't too bad, but like since 2018, he's been shit house. But he's playing for his career now. A former top 5 draft pick, I think, obviously coming from the Giants, and he has to pull something out of his ass, otherwise he'll get the ass. I think Buckley loves him, for some reason. So I think this will be his game to prove that he can do what we want him what we have him in the team for. Otherwise, he'll just be playing in the twos for the rest of the season.
I'm not going to talk about too much about Buckley because I can't talk about coaches being a Carlton supporter. But what is the overall feeling with Buckley? I'm sensing a little bit of like lack of patience now. Like, is it time to start winning flags or bust, or what's the mentality?
Look, if you go into a season and your objective is not to win a flag, there's something wrong, right? So you obviously want to win flags, but the thing with Buckley, and you know, you'd ask any Collingwood supporter, is that it doesn't seem like he has any different game plans to what we see. He doesn't adapt on the fly. Like, look at that, 53 points with a team that we have. You know, okay, we lost Trelaw and Phillips and Stevo. They don't generate the goals anyway. This team took us to the flag in 2018. You know, he doesn't adapt. It doesn't seem like he adapts quick enough to the game style. It's an attacking game of football. 53 points. We're a good defensive side, but defense doesn't win you games. You know, you have to outscore your opponent, and that's what we're frustrated with Buckley about, because he just hasn't shown any progress. And at times it feels like, you know, 2014 to 2017, where we were just, you know, bottom 10 or whatever you want to call it, towards the bottom of the ladder. It's we're just really just losing patience, and I honestly don't think that he'll be there next season. Not because he'll get sacked mid-season, just because 10 years, no flag. We need to move in a different direction.
Eddie Maguire's not there to protect his little boy anymore.
Exactly right.
Okay. Luke, mate, it's been a good chat. Before I let you go, I want to get your predictions for the game. Are you going? Have you got a ticket? Were you lucky enough?
No, I get. I think what's today? Tuesday. Yes, my priority's tomorrow. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
one way
fingers
or
crossed.
another, you need to be at the game no matter what. So definitely stay in touch, and you got to be
100%.
at the game. You have to be at the
100%.
game.
No, I'll go. I'll get there. I'll get there.
Yeah,
Final predictions though. I think we'll win, and I think we're not going to do it comfortably though. There'll only be whoever wins. It'll be 2 to 4 goals in it. But it's going to be a fucking hard fall. It's going to be. It's an epic. It's a epic. Just two gods going up against each other. Like it's if it's anything other than that, we've all been shafted. If it's one way or the other, we've all been shafted.
100%. I think it's going to be close. I think we're going to play a similar game to what Carlton and Richmond did. It'll be back and forth all game. There might be no more than 9 points in it from either side up until three-quarter time. And I've been saying this about my group, our Carlton group. We're going to put ourselves in that position until we learn to just take that step over that final siren with the we just need to do it. Enough is enough. There's no excuses. I don't care that Charlie Curno's out.
Mate.
What's that?
You just can't fucking close.
We don't know how to finish.
You get all the way there and you can't just make that putt. You can't just make that play.
No, we're
That's
not.
Classic Carlton, isn't it?
I can't disagree with you, mate. I can't disagree with you. I'd love to, but I can't. And that's what it's going to come down to. But I think this is the one where we learn to do it. I'm hoping that because we learn how to do it, we might belt you, but I can't sit here comfortably and tip us by any more than 2 goals, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly right.
So anyway, Carlton supporters, this guy might be a Collingwood man, but he's a good one. He's a good egg. Luke, very happy with chatting to you. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for having me.
The journey, mate. We've been there since 100 subs each. We've been there together. So I appreciate you and your journey. I won't talk much to you throughout the week, but good luck for the rest of the season. I hope you lose your coach. I hope somebody else gets shafted, and I hope you finish on the bottom of the ladder. But still love you nevertheless, mate.
Nah, thank you for having me on, mate. And I hope your Teague train just falls off those fucking tracks.
Go the Blues, mate.
Fuck the Blues, mate. See ya.